What's going on, YouTube? Midland, Michigan Media. We are out here at the Jerome Township Hall again for the Jerome Township Board meeting. We're going to get on in here and see what's happening tonight. Make sure you all like, share, subscribe to the video.
She was going to send me guidelines for I was talking about
Well, I know, but I heard it in the family like, oh, still do that,
Hi.
No.
no, 3.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
Yeah, and you get the full-size candy bars too.
Yeah.
What? I would have came to your house. We
All do is so please come. We
well,
beg for the trick-or-treaters and they never come.
in Saxton, we didn't have as many as we normally would. I want to say we had around 60 to 70, which isn't bad. But
We had about 20 last year, and this year we had 3.
yeah. When I first moved in, it was like 100, 200.
35 or 40.
But I think all the other activities just kind of dwindle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever out there.
Which are nice, but I just remember.
The first year we moved in.
You didn't have one?
I can read off here.
Yeah, share.
Oh, well, then I'll just listen to it.
You go.
I know,
I
I
just
just
wanted
wanted
it
to say
because
it's super
it was
bad.
an area that I want to understand. And my hair has a big set of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like always, drop it down.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We didn't have a whole table.
Oh, and it's Oh, I know. It's really funny. But this is how I show up for meetings at work too. I'm like,
You're gonna come in with my Stanley.
Yeah.
And my notebook.
it's like your coffee and your water and your
Yeah.
phone and your
The app? Yeah, I can show it to you and let you see it. Maybe you won't be interested in it.
And I really like the fact that they went over the fundaments, which I feel like some of the other conventions were very specific, you know, and this was, yeah.
Good evening.
You know, just, there was some basic things about
Okay, sounds great.
how he laws, law stuff.
Did we actually nominate Jennifer to run the meeting? She's absent?
Yeah, we're supposed to.
Okay. I'm happy to do that when the time comes.
Just a formality.
Got it. Has anyone heard from Steve? How's he enjoying his time away?
Yeah, he's doing fine. He still doesn't have the ability to make phone calls, but
Text email?
he's doing emails.
Okay. They're on the group.
They're on the cruise. Our phone system will send him an email saying, hey, somebody left you a voice message. And he's able to listen to that and support it. Remember Becky used to get that, right? Remember how it used to print out?
Yeah.
Doesn't do that anymore.
Oh,
I complained, they said, sorry.
because you're like, now I actually have to call in to get it instead of like having it like text you. I guess it was like kind of.
Well, they send you a report, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't print it out for you.
Okay.
Was it a real eye opener when you had it? That was a weird week for you, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember when my wife had it done all the way home. Those are about.
These are reading.
Oh, reading.
So I think I might need something for that also.
Yeah, see, these here, they're actually truckle. So, it gets kind of weird, like if you're laying in bed and the TV is up there. Now it's using your reading, because you're leaning against the pillow. So I have to go like this to watch TV.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I'm going
Unless
down
it's
the
state
flight of
for a while.
stairs, like, it messes me up, like, you know, it tries to look at the bottom, so.
Hmm. Yeah. Yours are buy or try?
They're progressive,
No,
let's try.
maybe that's what this is.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, supposedly gray.
of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will call this meeting to order at 7 o'clock. As you all know, Steve's not here. He will be back for the next meeting. I think as a formality, somebody needs to please nominate me as running the meeting tonight.
I'll nominate you to chair the meeting, Jennifer. You're welcome.
Okay, let's do that. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Excellent. I'm looking forward to running this meeting. Don't tell Steve if I don't do this good job as he does, please. Because I would not want his job ever. Gail, could you do a roll call, please?
Sure. Becky Sly.
Here.
Sarah Jerome.
Here.
Jennifer.
Here.
Carolyn.
Here.
Laura.
Here.
And Gil here.
Steve absent.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would have missed that.
Excellent, thank you. On to the consent agenda. So you have the consent agenda in your packet, as well as the meeting minutes from the last meeting. Does anybody have anything that they want to add or remove to the consent agenda?
Nothing from me.
Looks like she printed it really tiny for everybody. Did everybody like mine?
Okay, glasses on.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Thank you, Becky.
And that was also meeting minutes, right? I don't see meeting minutes on the agenda.
They're not, but I
Okay,
asked for it.
gotcha.
So.
And that was Becky.
No, you don't need a second. All those in favor? Thank you.
All those in favor to accept the consent agenda and approve the October minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Consent agenda and minutes approved. The next thing is other bills. It looks like there were no other bills. Are there
No other bills.
Excellent. How about correspondence? I did not have any correspondence from anybody. Did anybody have any?
No.
Wow, you're just moving right along. Alrighty. On to township reports. I don't believe we have any special guests. Steve did not notify me if we had special guests, so. On to Jerry, fire department.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so the month of October, we had 58 runs, 2 were fires, 35 rescues and medicals. Year to date, we're sitting at 642 calls. Forecast based on the average and seasonal conditions for the last 3 years, forecast 780 runs for this year. We'll see how close we come to that. Drop calls in October was 0. Once again, we only had one in the past 6 months. Safety incidents, 0. School emergency drills, I didn't change September to October, my bad. We had 8 of them, and all of them were attended by JTFD. The instance by zone, you get that breakdown for the people that like pie charts. I'll skip over most of that and go right to page 2. Mutual aid to Lincoln Township for October. We did 14 runs down there. 4 were traditional mutual aid runs. 10 were the auto aid, which get invoiced. Which the October invoice to Lincoln Township was $1,570. brings our total to $6,939 so far. 122 runs, 311 since we started doing this back in August of 23. Department activities, annual vehicle maintenance and pump tests have been completed for the year. We're transitioning to the reporting system. We started that already. The officers already received training. This fire academy from November to May will have 3 Jerome Township firefighters in that, 2 of the newer people, and one of the people that was doing her paramedic, so she wasn't able to go last year. Exploring options on the LED sign. Remember a while back we talked about that? Well, we didn't get picked for the federal grant, and I was working with Alicia down at the Community Foundation. In mid-December, I'm going to put in for a grant that they're going to have coming out then. It'll be about $30,000. So one of the questions, we'll keep looking for other grants we can try and apply for, see what we do. But if we don't get them, then just plant the seed right now. We can talk more next month. But would the board be willing to go the other $10,500? Like I said, just plant the seed right now. Don't need an answer tonight. We'll see how it goes. But the nature of what the sign is for and what the grant is coming out in mid-December is a pretty good match.
Do you know how quickly that grant is awarded?
I think it'll be by the end of the year.
Okay, so apply in December and you should hear back.
Yep.
Quickly.
That's one thing they have about the local grants. They go pretty quick.
Yeah.
So October 29th, we did a fire safety presentation up to the Sanford senior citizens, and I gotta admit it was fun. If you ever get a chance to go up there for lunch and have meatloaf, I would highly recommend it. So October 29th, we set in on a I can never pronounce that word, but what it is the Spanish for a straight wind weather event. The drill was the whole area lost power for over 2 weeks, different things like that. How did you cope with the initial event? We had a couple fires and all sorts of things like that. You had to walk down through what your contingency plans would be to mitigate the hazards. So, just sharing. It was a very good exercise. Of course, all the players were there. Upcoming events, I'm doing a presentation down at Eagle Ridge Church of God in Midland. I don't know how I got nudged for that, but the person that called me was a very good negotiator. My first answer was, I don't know, Midland. Yet here I am, I'm going. December 5th, everybody's got to remember, we have the Sanford Santa Parade or Shine Parade. So that the fire department will be helping out with that as always. Over the past month, we did 2 truck-or-treat events. Candy was all provided by the Jerome Township Firefighters Association. No taxpayer money was used. Community service. Right now, we have a person working at Station 1. Every year before the change in the season, we try and get all the trucks washed and waxed and detailed for nice. And he's doing an outstanding job of that. He's got 21 hours of his 40 in already. And I was talking to another one of the people down there at the courthouse. And have a second person of 65 hours. If you have something to do here at the hall, let me know, okay?
I still would like to get that part of the property right there cleared out so that you can see it from the road.
Yep.
I did half of it, but I'm 70, I ran out of gusto.
Okay. I think this person's skill sets may be more towards the clerical side, but we'll find out
Oh,
shortly.
I thought you were talking about people that had
Community service.
community service.
Yep, and that's, we're trying to
It
do a good match for them. But we can see if the person's interested in doing that. They have 65 hours, so.
And it's cold, so they might not.
Right. But if you think of anything else, filing, different things like that, I know there's not a lot of filing work anymore, but anyhow. Pictures on the back page too, you'll notice a picture of Connor Smith. So for the last 3 years of the 4, Jerome Township firefighter was named Firefighter of the Year. This year is a different department. They were teasing us about being the Jerome Award. But our lieutenant, Connor Smith, who was also a sheriff deputy, received Deputy of the Year. So Jerome Township is still represented. And what would a meeting be without if I didn't ask for money? So our little side-by-side, in the past, we haven't plugged it in, like all the trucks we plugged to maintain the batteries. Well, we found out it might be a good idea to do that, the same thing with that. So it's always got a charger on it, and some of the other electrical things are charging on it. So we looked at the parts and the best way to do it, and I did not put the general electric number, my bad, but it'd be vehicle maintenance. I could get it here in a heartbeat. It's what we call shore power, 110 power to the unit. It's $167 in parts and $300 in labor. I can get the,
Is it 213?
yeah, 206, 336.
So no,
Oh, no,
206.
yeah, 206.
It's 206, we can't claim this as new equipment?
I feel like we can.
Oh, okay, yeah, because there's new equipment on the unit, so. Yeah,
I think
so that-
we're pretty flush in 213 if we could use that.
Yep, I like that idea. Maybe that's why I left it blank. I'm sharper than I thought.
Here you go.
Right?
And this thing is called shore power, but what is it again?
It basically takes 110 and regulates, keeping the battery charged and some of the other electrical
Oh,
things
so
on it.
power converter?
Yep.
You said it's for the side by side.
So like equipment, you think? 336977?
That sounds like it.
I mean, I can show you the one. It says that we've got a budget of 54. I don't know if that's set aside for something. But we can't use that in this.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing in that one. is there? Okay. Yeah, new equipment.
Do you want it exactly 467 or?
I think we should do like not to exceed 500, just in
Thank you.
case something, you know, we might need a,
Yep.
or a part, who knows.
And what did you guys settle for on an account?
213.
Yep.
336
Mm-hmm.
916.
Thanks.
No, it's 976.
976.
976.
And it's,
There's
that
no
one sounds
9.
more familiar.
He's been got a little spot in
That's
there.
okay.
Can I get a motion to approve Jerry's request, to purchase the shore power, not to exceed $500?
I'll make that motion.
Sarah, Mary, second.
I'll second.
Any more questions for Jerry about that? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you.
You got it, Jerry. Only one item this month? Wow.
That's it.
Don't push it.
Sorry. There's gotta be more on the back, right?
It's getting very close to Christmas. I don't want to get on the naughty list. This is the-
Constable, next
Constable.
one on the list.
So here we go. Inspections were done on the November 6th. No violations found.
Thank you. Looks like we got different pictures today.
I decided to put some pictures in this one too. Oh, so, as we all know, the ordinance enforcement business slows down a little bit this time of year. But it's still an exciting time to be ordinance enforcement. So we have an address where the neighbors are getting a little upset because their neighbor is running a generator 24 hours a day. So I went out and talked and explained the ordinance, and I was all ready because I know the neighbors have had enough of it. And it turns out his wife is on a medical related machine, so I'm trying to figure out how to handle it. This power was shut off by consumers, so anyway, so we're working through that. The one neighbor's getting pretty irate about things, and I don't blame him because it's a loud generator running. So anyway, more to come on that, and I hope we reach a happy conclusion for everybody. The Castor Road issue. So I sent him a warning. I was ready to write a citation for them living in a travel trailer. When I moved out of the travel trailer and into the unburnt half of the office trailer. So I'm just going to skip, and we're working with the attorneys on this once again. So we're skipping right past the warning letter this time, going right to citation, try and get them into court and see if district court can do something for them. So, and what else do they have? Oh, the 11 mile. I'm probably gonna need a little help on that. The individual put up a fence and decided that, why he denies it somewhere suspicious when you have 12 old junk cars sitting out there, 4 tractors and 3 or 4 ATVs, but he's not selling parts or anything, but there's a pile of parts laying there, so. I'm not a real sharp guy, but I can pick up on clues periodically, so, anyway. So, that I think is gonna get a little exciting, but anyway, more to come on that. We just started a dialogue, and he's gonna get his letter by tomorrow. The pictures on the back right there is a Walter Road address. The individual, the bottom ones were the before, and the ones on top are the after. I was pretty impressed with that guy because it started out not a real hallmark relationship. And I gave him X amount of time like we do everybody, and he came back and said, well, can you give me a little more time? We give 15 days, right? I said, well, how much time do you need? 2 years. No. No.
He had to try.
Yeah. So we decided on a certain date, and he beat the date by far, so I was very happy with him, so a happy ending.
Yeah. I
And
like
another
seeing
satisfying
good
picture.
pictures.
Huh?
I like seeing good pictures. For
I do too.
Yeah.
It looks a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what? He's even kind of happy. He just kept putting off cleaning it up.
Right? You
Yeah.
had to give them that little extra.
Little nudge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry, I have one question.
Absolutely.
A couple years ago, we had some issues on Vandenberg Road.
Yep.
With the trailer, and now it's being enclosed with grapevine, wild grapes. I'm
Diane,
just curious.
Diane, I'm sorry, can you wait till?
Oh, yeah, question.
I'm so sorry.
Yep, no.
It's
no,
coming
I
up real quick,
apologize.
though.
Yep, no problem.
It's coming up real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On to the treasurer's report, which is me. So here's our monthly treasurer's report, well, from 10/7 to 11/7. Just the usual going on. We're getting a few summer tax payments coming in. Winter tax season should be starting around the 1st of December. We're just preparing for that. Everything is going well. At the top for the general fund income, the majority of that income was our revenue share check, which we get 3 times a year. That was for about $75,000. We had permits and payroll go in and are there as well. And then the next thing is for the 213 fund. Last month, I believe, we approved the trailer purchase for Jerry, and $76.80 was the amount that we ended up paying for that, so that's the majority of the amount that came out of there. Not a whole lot of stuff going on in the rest of the funds, and then our total investment earnings for that month was about $5,600. Any questions?
Thanks, Jennifer.
Make a motion to receive and file the treasurer's report.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Sarah.
I'm getting stuff done
Sarah
tonight,
Joe's
okay?
on fire. Yeah.
Keep it moving along.
Do we need to go around?
I think you guys have said it all in favor.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? On to the sexton.
I got pictures too, Jerry.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you have a very cool logo on the back of your sweatshirt.
But are they colored?
I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jerry's got you, man.
Gotta put that in the budget from the township.
Oh, okay.
Another slow month in the cemetery. As you know, leaves are falling good, so I've already had the guys out there twice this year for leaf cleanup. They were out there again today.
Is that Vaughn's job?
Yeah.
Oh, so those are the guys you're talking about, okay.
I had a resident call yesterday and I asked if they were gonna get done. I said, Vaughn told me he's gonna do it tomorrow. He did, so hopefully it keeps them off the back for another week until they ask me again if leaves are gonna be picked up.
Well, there's just so many trees. You can
Well,
only keep up on
this
it.
year the trees are really stressed from all the lack of water that we have, so
Hmm.
even the oaks are dropping all their leaves, so it's pretty gnarly out there. We have sold 7 so far, so that's moving along. I don't think there's anything else in the cemetery this month.
Does that include niches or just burials?
That's just burials.
We did good for a little while on niches. Did we sell any more in last month?
We have,
I bought one last month.
yeah,
Did you?
last month we sold 6 or 7.
Nice, okay.
It's getting there.
Thank you.
Yes, Kyle.
Thank you.
On to different committees, planning commission, is that Bill?
Yeah.
Planning commission?
Oh, yeah, well, I told them to take it off the list.
No, it's,
Bill, planning commission.
Planning commission.
Is it only the Creole? We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, and that's the main thing, that's all we talked about at the last meeting, we had a couple of hearings during the month. And if you're interested in those, the minutes are on the web. And then the Creole, which was, that was one of the hearings. So, yeah, I don't have anything else. Oh, we talked about the CIP, Laura was there. I forgot about that, I'm sorry. We did the CIP for cemetery and the parks. And next, I forget who's next, but anyway, we're working on that for the budget for next year.
And CIP is capital improvement plan? just
Capital
make sure.
improvement plan, yep. And we talked about the master plan too, because it's, we have a master plan, right? It's supposed to be good for about 30 years, so that should be 2036. I shouldn't be talking about it right now, but the problem is you're supposed to give a 5-year update every 5 years, and I don't like the update that they gave for our 5 years, so I'm asking them to do it again. And they're fighting.
They, as in the planning commission?
Yeah, they think that they've done a good enough job and that I'm a little crazy, but Steve's backing me, so I'll see how this
keep
goes.
pushing.
Yeah.
That would have to be contracted out, right?
No, you're talking about the master plan.
Yeah.
For the 5-year plan, we can do it ourselves.
Oh,
Yeah, basically, a 5-year plan, if you don't know what it is they, we take a look at what's changed in the last 5 years, like we got this many more new residents, the lake got drained, you know, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
And then we say, okay, due to that, we're going to reconsider the master plan for the following items. And that's part of the part that is part of the thing that I want them to do and they're not doing.
That'd be a good idea.
What items are you asking them to look at again?
On the master plan,
Five-year update.
I haven't got a list. Yeah, but, you know, important, obvious things are population change, because there has been one, I've been keeping track of it in my office, and then the water. Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks,
Thank
Bill.
you.
Oh, and plus, you know, we got the bridge, right? So the bridge, we talked them into putting in the walkway on the bridge. So that needs to become part of the plan, because the plan was to make the rail trail go all the way up past the high school to Dave Road on that side of the road. And so that's one of the first steps, is to get that piece in there, because without the bridge, you're making people walk out onto the
Right.
roadway. And they turned around and gave us these huge sides of the road, you notice?
Yeah.
I
You
saw it
could
today, it
put a
looks
car
nice.
there.
Yeah, you can't get
Yeah,
to it.
I know, yeah, you can't get
Can't get to it right now.
But I think it will be nice.
Yeah, and at least they put up signs saying, you know, not accessible, but,
Yeah,
That
that
would
was
be-
nice because that's such a sharp drop off.
you mean after the bridge?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's part of what would have to happen, is we'd have to, you know, get some fill dirt in there, build it up. I don't know who we'd get for that, but,
I mean, we have a guy that can do very, any trucking.
and we'd be pushing that way out into the future, because it's not budgetary right now.
Right.
Right, but the vision is there. That's
That's
why
it
you do
for the
long-term
planning.
planning.
That's
Right,
right.
I'm sorry, what?
that's why you do long-term planning.
That's it for the planning commission.
Cool, thanks.
Thanks, Bill. month. They're quick meetings, they're very informative. The board approved to raise the rates, they raised the registered rates and the water distribution rate, because Midland had to raise their bulk water rate. They raised that amount, so we had to pass on to the customers, which all of us are. So I got my bill, didn't really even notice it, so your bills will increase because of the registered rate, and if you use more water, or the same amount of water will cost you a little bit more, but again, we did a huge rate study and got really good numbers, so it wasn't just kind of a shot in the dark. They did a lot of work to get good numbers for today and for in the future, so I was very impressed about what they were able to do. And I, as a person who uses and pays for water, I was very happy with what they came up with, because it was very fair. So that was that. Parks and Rec.
We have not had any meetings. I guess the most important thing is the park is pretty much shut down, at least the pickleball courts. They've brought in the nets, they're stored in the senior center. And they were asking about if the courts are locked up, and I don't know anything about that.
Well, we normally would, but Steve's not here. He's
Okay,
got
so
the key
Steve has the key.
and the lock.
That was the question, so I'll follow up with that when he gets back.
Yes, I could bring it up with Steve and he could say, hey, go into my office, it's in a drawer. Blah,
Sure,
blah, blah.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And then, related to the Park and Recreation Committee, we attended the Planning Committee meeting and updated the capital improvement plan, because in the future, we're planning to resurface the pickleball courts, move the pavilion to a more convenient location. The shuffleball courts are gonna go in that area where the pavilion is, and then also we're considering a playscape. So we updated the CIP with those numbers. So that should be on the website, right? Updated numbers for the parks.
It has to go through Steve because he's the,
Okay, eventually.
his duties are, he's the main assessing officer. Even though Ron is the assessor, he's the main assessing officer, so I have to let him play with that.
Okay,
I gave it to him, but he hasn't
Okay.
said anything.
all right.
You know, if I was on a cruise, I probably wouldn't say anything.
No. No. Okay, that's all that I have through the Parks and Recreation.
Great, thanks, Laura. Sanford Lake Improvement Board.
That is me. Yeah, I sat in for Steve last month, and I will be sitting in again next week. So, in last month's meeting, there were 3 actions taken. The first one was to establish a public hearing for the SLIB assessment. That public hearing is going to be scheduled for February 19th. And then, as a second action, they proposed an alternative date in case, there's a weather event with it being February. So that has not been confirmed yet. They were going through the lawyer just to make sure that we're allowed to publish 2 dates at the same time when they send out that notice. And then the other action was having Fahey Schultz conduct the public hearing. So those were the items that we worked on last month. And it sounds like this month, Midland County approved the additional 50,000, right?
50,000.
And so we have to accept that in the meeting next week, and then I don't know what else is on the agenda. I haven't gotten that yet, but so that was exciting news that I heard.
Yeah, that was great, it was sweet to move forward with that and get that done, so.
That's all I got.
Thanks, Becky. Any other committees? I don't think there are any. Maybe one was created in the last month, no, good. Brief public comment on specific agenda items only. Does anybody have a comment on specific agenda items?
Sorry I interrupted.
I'm
that.
sorry.
I always forget I have to wait till the end.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal, but, since I got the signatures to have the money taken out of our taxes to pay for the roads to get repaired and so on and so forth, people come to me with all their complaints. And they're asking.
Isn't that great?
They're asking about that trailer
Okay.
on Vandenberg, and I was just curious because I know a couple of years ago it was addressed or was brought up.
Yep.
But nothing's changed, it's still there, so is the stuff on the other side of the house that was brought up. So I'm just asking for an update, so I have something to tell people when they come and ask me now.
So, he did do a little, he did make a little progress back in the 24 when we went to court.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a little bit done, and we got in court, and the magistrate, he presented things in such a way, the trailer was still there at that time. He reassured the magistrate it would be gone. So the magistrate gave him a break and said, we won't have you come back a second time while court expenses and stuff, but get it done. So he didn't. I got the call, went up. It's got an out-of-state plate, and that was an issue that I brought up at that time. And he said he just brought it back, and you have 180 days to get a Michigan plate on it. It still has that out-of-state plate on it, so that's something else we're going to bring up. But yeah, he's been cited for it already.
Okay.
So I'm just looking forward to going to court so you can explain to the magistrate why things did not happen as they were supposed to. So I wish that was not a private road; it was a public road because we'd already had it removed as an abandoned vehicle. But the sheriff department's not going to do that on a private road because there's too many.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So yeah, but we are working on it. I don't know when the court date's going to be yet, but I'll give you a shout.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll tell Betty.
Okay.
There's internet, and there's tell Betty. So.
Thanks.
You bet.
Diane, do you live on shore?
What? Yes, I live on, well, my dad's house is on Vandenberg, and
But
I'm
you're
there
on
also.
shore?
Pardon?
Are you on shore?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Thanks for answering that.
I-
Jerry. Oh, sorry.
Jim.
Yes.
On, I guess, a similar topic under, well, my name's Jim Weisbrod. If you don't know me, I know a few. I've spent 11 consecutive 3-year terms on either Zoning Board of Appeals or Planning Commission, and Zoning Board before it was a Planning Commission. So 33 years of that. So I'm a little invested in planning and the zoning ordinances and blight ordinance. My name's all over that one. I've had more recent discussions with Jerry on a couple of things, and Jerry indicated there's some stuff out there in the blight ordinance or in the zoning ordinance that's not either clear enough or cannot really be defended in court.
Pump the brakes right there.
Yeah, okay.
That's not the case.
I'm sorry.
It is not the case when it comes to Blake.
I'm sorry.
Not the case though.
Oh.
What the case is, what you're talking about, the logs laying there.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in general.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm
Sorry.
not gonna
I thought you were going
talk
somewhere.
about that.
All right.
Just that in general, you said there are some things in the
So-
ordinances that you feel you cannot defend in court.
Well, that is one.
Okay.
The claim about the logs being blight or a building violation. That would not fly in court.
So there are some things, and I'd like to work with Jerry on understanding what those things are in the various either zoning ordinance or blight ordinance that cannot be defended in court, and then take that list, do a little research on it, either through the MTA and see is it written correctly or is it not, or is it not, or it's not written correctly. Maybe there's court cases the MTA is aware of. MTA lawyers can give you help on those kind of things.
Yeah,
So
they more than often say, that's great that you brought it to us, but you need to go see your lawyer.
Yeah, so then so there may be things that have to be reviewed by the lawyer if you want to do that. And there can be research done by looking at what the other townships do as well. So if there is a case that comes up that, let's say Jerry feels that he cannot win that in court, that we wouldn't want that to happen, because then you do have things, and maybe there are things that have been tried and we lost. I don't know. But if that's the case and they're still in the ordinance, then the ordinance should be changed to update it so that we got a good, strong ordinance and we don't lose faith of the courts when we bring things to them. So
So you're
Specifically-
requesting, sorry.
I was just gonna say, are you specifically talking about 12.6 fencing?
That would be one, maybe, but there, Jerry mentioned some others in the past. I think we lost some stuff in court before.
The only ones I've ever lost in court was the ordinance Jerome Township had in the zoning about no storage tents. And we took two to court, and Judge Carpenter dismissed both of them, because they're not gonna enforce it. And
But we don't take every complaint to court, right? Aren't
No.
you kind of the gatekeeper for that?
Yes.
Like you make an evaluation, so statistically, you're the delegated authority to determine.
so, yeah, it's we run somewhere around 75, let's say, percent resolved outside of court at a local level. Matters resolved to the satisfaction of the township and the people that made the complaint, different things like that. Some aren't resolved to the satisfaction of the people that made the complaint. Some people look at a yard, they see a lot of clutter, kids' toys and stuff. Working with Judge Carpenter in the past, I realized that when one person sees clutter, he sees kids' toys, and they're not going to do anything about it. So that's some of the definitions or determinations. Yeah, the only one I knew of, Jim, was the one with the tents. And after we talked that one day, I looked and I see that's not in the zoning anymore.
Okay.
So now Judge Carpenter did say that if we wanted to, the township could bring forth their attorney and show similar cases and ordinances in other places and stuff like that. And at that time, Mike Wood and others decided that, not worth it. So
you're
but I appreciate your offer.
You're asked, I just want to make sure I understand the ask. The ask tonight is just general feedback, or you're asking action from the board?
Well, support anyway is that if Jerry has done a review, or if you ask Jerry to do a review of the areas that he feels we cannot enforce in either the blight ordinance or the zoning ordinance, then we could, I would volunteer to do some work on it and see either, do some research like you mentioned, other townships, their ordinances. That's not hard to do. The MTA will give you also advice on it. And if you wanted to go further, if the plant, then take it to the planning commission, possibly word up some changes to the ordinance to make it better, those kind of things. So just offering some help and going after any weaknesses that you see out there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always good to update policies that aren't, maybe meeting today's needs.
I'm sorry?
I said it's always good to update policies that aren't meeting today's needs, so.
When we previously talked about ordinance though, we said that had to go through the planning commission first, so I don't know, I'm just asking the question.
You mean changes?
Mhm.
Yeah, they do.
So do we prioritize that through them first, or does that come from the board and then, I just want to make sure I understand the order of operations.
Well, I think he's generally talking about getting together with the planning commission and helping, directing them and making them do the work, right? You don't want to do all this. Unless you want to come out of retirement.
He misses it. It sounds like.
But then, whatever he does, we would be approving on the board or on the commission or not approving it. And then it has to go to public hearing and then it comes back to you guys.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you.
Is there some sort of standard to these things, or can we bring anything up at any time, and if we don't get the answer we want, then come and say we want to go to the building commission and say, can you look into this and fix it? What is the criteria used to say, yes, this is worth looking into, or no, it's not?
I think it really depends on what specifically you're talking about. So if it's an ordinance or it's a problem with blight, I mean, it could be different people, but I tend to look over at that guy there. So you could bring it up with him. You've got his
I'm
contact
just curious,
info.
how does it work,
Like the escalation process?
Yeah,
Because not every juice is worth the squeeze, right?
exactly,
But I
exactly.
think when you have a citizen show up and willing to collaborate, that's probably something that we take advantage job.
Sure.
But I don't hear anything that's like, we're talking about 100 hours worth of work here or whatever. I
Yeah.
think we're just talking about a couple of areas I'm assuming you have a couple of specific items that you're asking to be looked at, not the entire.
No, I'm just trying to understand the whole
Oh, I was
process.
asking Jen.
Oh, yes, because I don't.
I don't anticipate you're saying the whole ordinance, the whole, however many pages that.
No,
is.
it would be what Jerry would target those things to weak to enforce. He mentioned the tents, I thought maybe that was still in there. Got some questions about fences that can't be enforced, or maybe it's the wrong definition that's there, so that might be one, but there's others. That wasn't one I necessarily wanted to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Just that, things like that, whatever Jerry identifies are weak in some of these areas that he doesn't feel he can enforce, or maybe he runs across a situation out there and says, I'm not sure we can do anything with that. I don't want to go any further with it.
I think intent is important and clarity is kind, right? So the clearer we are in those definitions, the better they can be.
And you don't always have to go to Jerry for stuff. You can show up to our planning commission meetings and voice.
Yes, we
We'll
all
listen
are.
to you.
Our contact information is out there, you know, you can always just call Steve directly or any of us, you know, Jerry's contact information is out there as well. You're welcome to come to a board meeting, but you could voice those, you know, questions to other people directly, and then if they advise coming here, then great, you're always welcome, but. So, excellent, thank you. Any other public comments?
What I was gonna throw out real quick, has anybody been watching the village? They're going in with the historical society buying the house next door, okay.
I saw
I'm
that.
sure you dived into that. I said it at the village council meeting the other night. They voted in favor, of it, plus it was in the news, so I figured it was covered, but, also the village got $1 million last year, and to go around with the state of federal money towards replacing the bridge over this, Tittabawassee River. And this year they got another $9 million penciled in. So they're within $1 million of being able to replace that bridge. And Jim Monar and some other people are working on paths to get the rest of the money they need. So that could probably happen. I mean, if they got the first part of the year, the engineering, it could happen next year or the year after that, so.
But you're just talking about paying for that bridge, right? Because it's already been replaced.
No.
Talking about replacing it.
Replacing the bridge was, so there'd be another road shut down for a while. Probably most of the summer, either in 26 or 27.
I know, but it wasn't the Tittabawassee what we replaced back at the flood time?
That bridge was replaced back in '89 or something like that, but it was kind of using the infrastructure that was already there and just changing some things.
What happened?
That's on M30, right? You're talking about M30?
No, I'm talking Saginaw Road Bridge, where it goes over the Tittabawassee River, right by the
Right next to the
Historical
baseball.
Society. Every winter, the expansion joint tears all of it more, and they gotta run down with the torch and stuff and cut it out. They put a new one in. They did do some work on it.
Yeah,
They
they did.
replaced part of the expansion joint.
I must have got bad news, because I heard they had like $12 million in repairs on that bridge. Maybe what they were saying though was that in the future they had
12 million to replace it.
Okay.
So, next 2 years, there's still gonna be a lot of road shutdowns and stuff like that, because they're replacing the Hope Road overpass and the Stark Road overpass at the same time, so, there'll be a lot of traffic. That's it.
The Historical Society was able to purchase that house. Do we know what they're planning on doing with it? I heard that they might put a library.
Yeah, the Historical Society's gonna use it for, one of the rooms will be a small library type thing.
Is
And,
that a public library or their library?
I don't know if they're that far along in it yet.
Okay.
My impression so far from Dave is it is public. But, like I said, that'll be the offices for the Historical Society plus the village, so.
Yeah, that'll be, definitely, something we'll learn a lot more about as it progresses, but yeah, I saw that in the Midland Daily News, that was good information. Next, old business, vein drain update, I put on the agenda. So I don't think you received the latest email that I got. I reached out to Joe Soba and just said, hey, we're having a meeting tomorrow night, can you give me So he said that the contractor started clearing it last week, that the delivery of the pipe at the 11 Mile Road is scheduled for today or tomorrow, I'm not sure.
It's there.
It's there,
Yeah.
awesome. They plan to finish clearing the brush and the trees north of Shiloh before starting the drain dip out. I'm not sure what the dip out is. But
Yeah, they've cut trees along there. I haven't seen it, but a neighbor called me complaining because they had some equipment there on Shiloh, which is kind of a gravel private road, and it's torn it up. So he's wanting compensation.
I would guess they would repair it, but I mean, that's not our
Yeah.
habit.
But yeah, so they're working, well, he's gonna call Joe Silva on that, so they'll
Yeah.
work it out. But yeah, that's good, it's happening.
He did say that they're working through a potential conflict with the gas main that crosses the drain north of Shiloh Road. But they're working on it. And once the area is cleared, Riverside Energy will be on site to verify the depth of this gas line and make sure they can still dip out the drain over that crossing. So, sounds like Joe's really on top of it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that he's been successful for all your questions and that we're getting that done.
Yay, thank you, everybody.
Next on to new business. Bill, you want to talk about the MCTOA?
Yeah, MCTOA just came into us today. It's gonna be December, this is the Christmas party, by the way, for MCTOA. It's December 11th, 6 PM, $35 per person. So I can pay for all board members to go to that, but if you have guests that are coming with you, you're gonna have to pay $35 extra for the guests.
Location?
Yes, the Great Hall.
Oh.
Yeah, it's usually, this event is usually well worth going to. You gotta get a little dressed up, you know, you don't wanna go in jeans really, no.
And they have silent auctions or something of the sort, right?
Right, so they're saying join in the fun and bring a gift for the raffle drawings. I don't think you have to bring anything elaborate. I've seen people bring anything from weirdly obscure stuff to nice stuff. And yeah, it's totally up to you. But I've got to have the RSVP by December 5th. So that means I need to have money in hand for all of your guests before December 5th because I have to mail that to them in an envelope. And you know how the postal system is. I'll remind you guys as we get closer to that date, so that you don't forget, and in the meantime, put it in your calendar.
Can you email me that flyers? That's when you just got through the email.
I can.
Do we need to make a motion to pay for board members to attend that, or is that just kind of?
I'm glad you thought of that, because I forgot. Yes.
I'll make a motion to have the board pay for board members to attend the MCTOA December 11th function. Can I get a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes.
And just to define that, though, it's board members, it's deputies, and fire.
Okay, thank you. Next is the video access and recording policy.
Yes, we realized after a recent event with our friend here that we didn't have a policy on hand. So I've got a policy that I wrote up, and I think you all have copies of that. If you don't see anything wrong with it, this is what I want to get passed tonight. You guys had time to review it ahead?
Yes.
Okay.
Did our attorneys review this?
No?
That's the only thing that makes me take pause, to make sure that it's all legally permissible.
I can do that. We'd have to throw it to December.
I think I'm okay with that. I'd rather be,
Yeah, that's
make
fine.
sure that we're completely compliant.
I agree. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say tabled. And I will get that done tomorrow.
Thanks for
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Yeah, it looked good, but like Sarah Joe said, it's good to make sure.
We do this based on other townships' policies,
No.
or the MPA, or?
let's make sure it's permissible.
That is a good point, because when I was at the township conference, they were talking about having guidelines for public comment, and they did say, in the guidelines that you have, you should run it by the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, most things we do anyways, or anything that we're concerned about, so that's good. Next, Gail, you're just on everything.
Why am I on for ESTA policy? I don't, because we've already got an ESTA policy, don't we?
Oh, do we?
Oh,
It's in the back.
did I create this?
The soup plan thing?
No, I think I passed this a long time ago.
We talked about this a long time ago
Yeah, I
when the
thought
law
we
was
already
changing.
did.
Yeah, who put this on the agenda? Steve?
I did because this was in the board meeting packet online.
The sick time policy one?
Yes.
I think we already have that.
Yeah, I think we're all clear on this one. We're having some problems with ESTA right now, but we'll get them cleared up soon. But we don't need to do anything with that. I'm gonna cross it out on the agenda if it's all right with you.
That's all right with me. Creo. You want the Creo?
And we're gonna go to video for this one. I didn't give you guys this.
Well, I know, because I tried to look with
No,
my
I tried
keen
to.
eye on all of the feedback, right? I tried to look for the red lines and couldn't find them, so I was like, we're gonna do this in real time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to, because 78 pages, and I wasn't gonna do that to our printer.
But the Creo is just a small portion of it, right? Or is the Creo 78 pages?
No, but there's other changes that have been made to
To
the
the
ordinances.
Because
Yeah.
of the Creo, yes.
And I'll explain it in a minute. Let me get this guy set up.
And you said we had a public hearing.
I'm sorry?
Did you say, what, I'm sorry, I don't mean to distract you by trying to do that. Did you say we had a public hearing?
We did the 29th or the 22nd. We had 2 hearings. It was one of those 2.
Okay, did we get any feedback?
No,
Okay.
none.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the new ordinance. I've got it marked up. I'm gonna go through these pretty quick because a lot of it is just minor changes. We got rid of our fax line, so that's out, right? We have to have a date on this guy, so you understand that. I'm gonna get down to, we had a problem where Mr. Weisbrot here showed me that there were some coding errors on our ordinance, and I took care of those with his wisdom. Let me see, maybe I should comb faster. I'm going to pick one and explain to you. So what happened was, you remember Brianne took the ordinance and recoded it for us. What she didn't think about, not a big deal, what she didn't think about was like this right here, C section 11.06. Well, things got added to it, so therefore 11.06 got moved to a different spot, which is 12.06. And I've got all of those in here. There's probably, 15 of them. And then in 12.17, and you can see the reds going by as they do, but not important to you guys. Those are all taken care of. And then 12.17. Yeah, all I gotta do is look for red. There it is. So this is the Credo, and you guys saw the Credo, so we don't need to look at it again. I'm just bringing up to you what the changes are, because all I'm going to do is accept these changes. I'm going to post it to the website, and I've got to send a notice of acceptance to Midland Daily News, and then we're done with this.
And then, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. We had
I'm
all
not
the
the only
things,
one that does that?
we had all the questions, I'm sorry, okay, no. I had all those questions, you went back and made up some updates, and then we had the lawyer look at it again to make sure compatibility with, because I know that that was one of the, okay, just wanted to make sure that we had the compatibility check again, because it throws the whole thing away, right, if it's not, if it ends up being more restrictive. Okay, and then the second thing is, do we think as a result of this that there will be any processes that we need to develop to support the CREO? Like, it's one thing, I'm not impeding passing it tonight. What I'm saying is I think we should think about this from an administrative perspective. We have a CREO now that allows us to retain zoning enforcement or governance, right? But now do we need administrative processes to support what we're saying we want? I don't know. Okay.
We shouldn't need to, based on what other townships are doing. All we've got to do is get this thing passed. They now have to come to us first before they go to the state. We're finding out from our lawyer they want to come to us anyway.
Sure.
They'd rather come to us.
But I just didn't know if there was a different person that would be like approving or monitoring. Yes, like Justin is for buildings, Kyle is for the cemetery. Like, I'm just saying, do we have to appoint responsibility for this?
Somebody on the board.
Like, if someone shows up next month and is like, well, I want to put in a solar farm, like, who's gonna?
Right, who do I talk to?
Yes.
Right?
That's what I'm thinking about.
Well, it's always planning commission, but I can see what you mean. There might be some minute things that we're not thinking about that need administrative contact. I'm gonna ask Jay. 'Cause
Okay.
He knows that better than me, and maybe Jim might even know.
And it shouldn't impede passing it tonight, that's not my intent. I just want us to be thinking about, once you make rules, we better know how to administer them, right?
Implement it, yeah.
Exactly, implementation plan, to your point. Right.
Yeah, it's good to know what to do if somebody comes with those questions as opposed to saying,
Let me get back to
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
guess the
hope I
go-to
can
is.
understand my note later.
If not, send me an email.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all I got on that.
Okay, so do we need to approve this or anything?
We do.
And we've,
Alrighty.
transparently, we've reviewed the CREO
Yes.
several times now. So I just don't want it to come off as like we're being flippant about it. We have invested, everyone has invested an enormous amount of time into this,
Yes.
so I'm excited to get it passed.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, can I have a motion to approve the CREO?
I'll make that motion.
Of course you will. Oh, thank you. Can I get a second? I'll make that second. Any discussion about the CREO? Any more discussion about the CREO? No. All those in favor of adopting the CREO?
Aye.
All those opposed? The CREO passes. Good job, Bill. Thanks for all.
Yes,
the work
good
that
job,
you
Bill.
did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you please let Jay know I'm the one who nominated it for?
I'll let him know. And rub it in his face.
Thank you. No, in all good fun.
Yeah, it's probably nice to have that off your agenda now,
For
right,
sure.
Bill? Get that done?
Yeah, well, we've got to move on to other stuff. We've got so many things on the table that we need to push these things aside and move on.
All right, we are down to consideration of other matters. Are there any other matters that the board feels we need to discuss? No? All right, none. On to public comment again. Is there any more comment from the public? Okay. I'm excited about how many people are actually here tonight. It's nice to see everyone. All right, board member comments.
No, nice productive meeting.
Great.
Can you come back next month, Jennifer, and do this?
You know we were done in an hour.
I am not gonna let
See, I
Steve
told
know
you if you
that
keep
it's
Jerry from talking, I'll leave you out of here.
I think Jerry left, yeah.
Motion to
All right, I have a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn, Becky?
Yeah.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Adjourn. Thanks, guys. 8 o'clock.
Wow, I can't believe that. I'm gonna get so
And I feel like we still got a lot done.
You ready?
Oh, I can text for, I guess we're all ready.
Robert, you gone?
He's going, my parents.
Yeah,
No rush.
Manchester was one of the ones
That one there, video access recording policy. Very interesting. It was directed towards me because of my visit the other day. I am very curious to see what's in that policy.
Nice to see everyone, take care.
Oops.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry. Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks. All right, you guys. We'll see ya.
If we had more people that would speak like Sarah Joe, why?
What? What's that?
The oldest were saying they can't hear.
They
Oh,
can't
no, I
talk.
got it. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
So you have it, folks. We're getting out of this meeting. Very nice meeting. Things went very smoothly. We're going to look into that audio recording policy, whatever they got going on with that. That's pretty interesting. See what's in there. We'll come back up, see if we can get a copy of that. I'm very glad for the one trustee to speak up and say run it through their attorney first. There's probably something in it that they shouldn't be putting in it, and I think they're going to try to stop our constitutional right to record our public officials in the course of their duty. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll definitely be back at the next month's meeting. We'll put down in the description date and time for that. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, Midland, Michigan Media, and we'll catch you on the next one.